done something to it. It's gone volatile.
For those of us who don't speak Shaper, that's bad, right?
Obviously.
Hello again, I am Blunty, and as I speak to you right now, or at least as I record this, I don't know when I'm going to be speaking to you, it depends when you watch the video really, but as I record this, it's Friday evening. I'm one night's sleep away from the open demo, or public demo, or what do they call it? I forget. They're not private, the one that anyone can play, of Anthem, the game you're watching right now. Some pre-recorded footage from the VIP demo, the so-called VIP demo. I didn't feel much like a VIP when I was struggling to get any game time with it because of all the problems I had, which I've made a video about before. And if you have seen that video, I'm going to stick to my word. I'm going to give it another go in the open demo, give them a chance to fix what's broke, or at least jam some gaffer tape over the cracks of what's broke, because you know it's not final code. We don't expect it to be perfect, but it was frustrating enough, as I explained in great detail in the other video. It was frustrating enough that I felt like I couldn't justify keeping a pre-order. That's that's the only way to get the message across. You got to vote with your wallet, and if they see people trying the VIP demo and then cancelling their pre-order, that sort of adds to a signal that the bean counters look at, and that's, it's an EA published game, and the money's the only thing they care about. So if you take some money away from them, and enough people do that, it accumulates, and they might notice that something's up, and then pay attention to what the community is saying. We can but hope. It's the only thing I could do, though. But I am still hoping that the game is going to be good. I want the game to be good. I want to enjoy this game, because in the VIP demo, when it was working, those brief windows of time when it was working perfectly, I did rather enjoy the gameplay loop, the looting, the shooting, and stuff like that. One thing I did notice, though, and that's what this video is about, as we all prepare for the open demo, those of you who didn't put money down and don't give EA money for their subscription service, like, why would you give a company like EA money like that on a regular basis? Anyway, there's going to be a bunch more people testing the game out. A bunch more people coming back to the game who were in the closed alphas and VIP demos and stuff like that, and a lot of people new to the game. But one thing I noticed in the VIP demo was the fact that when you got the opportunity to unlock, because everyone started with the Ranger, the jack-of-all-trades suit, Javelin, they call them. The Ranger is that's the default. That's what you start with, apparently. But as you progress through the VIP demo, and presumably the open demo is going to be much the same thing for new players. Eventually, you level up and you unlock the choice of the other frames, javelins, not frames. It's not Warframe, although lots of people like to commit us to Warframe. Sorry, I don't have a script. I'm kind of rambling off the top of my head, kind of thing. Might be hard to follow. It's late. I have had a coffee. Shouldn't have had a coffee before bedtime. Anyway, you get to pick another suit. Colossus, Storm, Interceptor. Ranger is Jack of all trades, we said that already. But as you can see here, the gameplay I'm going to be showing you here is me in the Colossus, the Hulkbuster armor, basically. The tank, big, heavy, slow-moving, does not have any shields at all, unlike all the other classes. But he has a physical shield, an actual metal shield. Everyone else has these sort of electronic, rechargeable shields, and this big guy just has a big metal shield you can pull out. And the thing that's fun about that is, hopefully I'll be showing you the appropriate gameplay at this point, but you can like charge. You can just run a hate train on the bad boys. The F train has no brakes. Choo choo! And it's super duper fun to charge through as this big hulking behemoth with a shield, just plowing through enemies, knocking them on their bums. Trying to sort of distract and call attention and, play the role of the tank and just sort of take some damage and dole out some big gun fun and stuff like that. But I was literally the only person I ever saw in any time I played with this game playing with the Colossus Javelin. And even in all of the other gameplay that I've seen on YouTube, of all of the other content creators and streamers and such like that, every single frame of gameplay I have seen from anybody else, and they're all in different javelins. Mostly, people have gone for like the Storm or the Interceptor, which are sort of more fragile frames. So you think of them as like a Paladin class and a glass cannon and I don't know, what's the best way to put it? Anyway, everyone else I saw is basically running around in storms. And it's understandable, they look pretty cool. You know, they've got the big lightning strike potential, and they sort of hover around looking all elegant and slick and stuff. Or the Interceptor, which is, you know, you zip around, zip, 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 and you look like a speedy little guy, and basically you're a glass cannon, and you can dole out massive amounts of damage, but you can't absorb much, but it's alright because you're fast. But I don't know whether I loved playing the Colossus. I haven't tried the other two yet, because Colossus is the only one Javelin I played before I sort of gave up in the frustration of the game just not working properly. But I don't understand why literally nobody else was even trying the Colossus. I don't get. Do you not want to be in Hulkbuster armor? Do you want to not be a giggling maniac like Bruce Banner in the most recent Avengers film? He couldn't turn into Hulk, so he got into Hulkbuster armor instead. And he's this is fun, moosh moosh moosh. You're just squishing everything and falling over occasionally. So that's what this video is about. I'm asking you guys, why? Those of you who played, why didn't you choose Colossus? Why aren't you going to choose the Colossus over the next few days? I think everybody's just determined to think like the Interceptor or the Storm is the way to be. My favourite so far, I've only tried the Colossus and Ranger, but I quite like the Ranger. I quite like being the jack of all trades. That's my sort of general go-to. To be fair, the Colossus really doesn't suit my instincts as a gamer. As the how I play these types of games, sort of the run and gun guy, in and out of danger, swoop in, swoop out. The Colossus doesn't really suit that because he's not quick enough to swoop out again. You can see me trying it several times during this gameplay. I suppose when I absorb too much damage, then I try and run and hide somewhere to try and preserve my life and wait for a health drop or something like that. But the big guns were certainly fun. The big shield was certainly fun. But I kind of feel like the Ranger is going to be my standard go-to, because I don't play well as a glass cannon because I'm not careful enough. I'm too run and gun. I will take too much damage as the Interceptor. I will be down and up and down and up, and I'll be a yo-yo, which is really quite annoying for the rest of the team. That's the other thing I like to do as well. I like to play the healer a bit. Whenever there's a chance to revive another team member, I'll take the risk. I'll run into danger. I'll clear out the immediate area and, absorb some hits while I'm trying to do the revive. I try and be a good team player because, my skill set isn't the best out there, so it's tough for me in many games to sort of carry the team, as it were. I can do that in Dauntless, though. That's a different game. I'm surprised how often I can carry in Dauntless. There's very few games that I'm really good at. Most games I'm reasonable at. And this is the kind of game I think I'll be reasonable at. Or maybe if it really gets its hooks into me and it works, I'll get really good at it. But I feel like I'm going to be really good at being a Ranger. Being that jack of all trades. Being that zip in, zip out kind of... I can take some damage, I can tolerate some damage, but I'm not particularly awesome at either one. And then you've got the people like the Storm, who just sort of... Their job is basically to set up. They inflict status conditions and wait for other guys to trigger it for the combos, basically. That's the Storm's job. And I don't think I'm a tactile enough player... not tactile. Tactical. Tactical is the word I'm looking for. Tactical enough player to be an effective Storm player. So that does just leave me with Ranger and Colossus. And while as much fun as it is being the Colossus, just running the F train through a bunch of enemies, choo choo, boom boom boom, I felt like I was more effective as the Ranger. I felt like I was contributing more often, more frequently, and more valuably as the Ranger. So what do you guys think? I just wanted to put some feelers out there. I'll read these comments, tomorrow morning before I sort of boot up the game. I'm going to be streaming the game, by the way, if I can get the stream working. Last time I tried to stream this game, things went all kinds of pear-shaped. I never did figure out what went wrong. Tried streaming from playing the game on the same machine I was streaming on, then playing the game from a completely different machine and had the same problem. I think Twitch was just being weird. But yeah, twitch.tv/BluntNode if you want to pop in, hang out, team up, get some advice, check out the game, whatever. But I'll probably stream it throughout the weekend, maybe. If it runs. If it manages to run properly. If it manages to load properly. If I'm not so frustrated by it going up and down like a yo-yo, I'll be streaming it. But yeah, until then, pop a drop. Pop a drop in the comments. I really should have written some notes down. Pop a drop in the comments and let me know what kind of Javelin you've been playing, what you intend to play, what you want to try first if you haven't done these yet. You know, when you get to unlock one, what's the first one you're going to try, and why? More important, it's the why that I'm interested in. Not just I want to be a storm. Tell me why you want to be a storm. Tell me why you want to be an interceptor. Tell me why I am the only person I've ever seen on the planet of Earth who chose to play as the Colossus so far. I feel so alone. Hulk mad. Hulk smash. Rawr. I really should just stick with the Colossus and just paint it green. Or, you know, red and gold, like the Iron Man version of the Hulkbuster armor. Thanks for listening. And probably watching as well, I suppose. I am Blunty, and I will catch you next time.